Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and today is our Thrifty Connects, and it's Thursday. Woohoo! Made it on time. So look at this. Isn't this interesting? Don't you wonder what's inside it? Well, let's open it up and see. Lots of possibilities. That's what's inside this box. So I had gone thrifting about 2 weeks ago with Lori, and we stopped at my local little thrift shop. The day we went, only 2 of the stores were open. So I don't have a big haul to show you today, but I'm going to have a really big one for next week. And so this was for $5. I'm going to try and hold it up here so you can see. It has 2 shelves, and on the shelves are these little holes for something. And there's 3 shelves. I thought maybe it was for spoons, but it really doesn't make sense because the rest of this doesn't look like it would hold spoons. So, and it does sit up straight. It could go on the wall. It's handmade. It's got some really heavy duty hinges. I'll show you on the outside afterwards. And then it has 2 little drawers at the bottom. And this just said apothecary fun, you know, interesting bottles filled with stuff. So I think it's going to go in my curios and oddities section of my studio, and when it's filled up I will show you it. Now on this side it's just got one little shelf here that held something. I don't know what. It's almost like it could hold a tool that might have a long handle, and then another tool here. I have no clue what it's for, but I'm going to make it work for me and make it come up with something like, why is there an indent here? I don't know. Ooh, this actually swings out. That's interesting. Yeah, I have no clue what it's for, but I like it. And see, there's a big hole up here, a little one down there. So if anybody's got any ideas, that would be great. But otherwise, I'm going to use it, like I said, in my curio section. It could hold washi tapes, all kinds of stuff. And so yeah, the hinges, now when you close it, the one section closes, the other holds it in place. And then there's 4 heavy duty hinges. I paid $5 for this. It's got a hook at the top and a handle, so you could carry it with you. So what would it be for? That you can take with you, and also they hung it on the wall. Very interesting. So I will play around, and if you've got any ideas of what I should use it for, I would love to know, but it just appealed to me, and I just thought I could have some fun with this. So that was my big find with Lori. So we also went to my Frenchie store, and I got this beautiful skirt, and these are all real mirrors in here. Sometimes now they come with sequins, so you know that it's a more modern, lower priced version, but this still has the mirrors in it. It's a sheer organza type material. I don't know if you can see, it's very translucent, and it's covered with these little applique circles with a mirror in them. So I think what I'll probably do is cut out the circles to use for collage. It has a really nice waistband at the top here with the same pattern. So this could be taken off very easily. There's some blue fabric on the inside here that can probably go with it. And then there's a very sheer cotton skirt lining on the inside. So this can be very easily torn up into strips for doing tassels, or like to use it as a sari type of material, like to wrap around a journal cover. And then this wide piece here is very wide. Just getting my ruler out here. Yeah, it's well, it's at least 10 inches. Yeah, it's at least 10 inches here. So that makes a perfect book cover, like the perfect size for a book cover. And I've been working in these colors lately, this yellow and the pinks and the reds and the blues. So it might be something that I'll just tie in to make another book or two. Because there's quite a bit of material, it is a skirt, I may consider either making a couple of book covers to sell, or selling it as pieces for a book cover. So yeah, this was a fun find, and I think there's lots of fun journal covers to be made out of this. So stay tuned for that. There will be something coming up in my shop eventually. And then at the same place, I got this cute little vest. It is just adorable. Now this I paid 99 cents. Oh wow, I paid 99 cents for this. So it's got this beautiful fabric here on the back. In the front it has the two sides, and each one has a little pocket. And I'm just going to double check to make sure there's nothing inside there. So this could in itself could be part of a journal cover where you include the pocket already made for on the outside. So if you were to cut this and then use the back as the front of the journal, because of the way it would open up on this one, then this could be a little pocket in the back that you can tuck stuff into. So that's ready-made right there. That's the perfect size for a journal cover. And I would end up with two of them. So in this case, the pocket would be on the front just because of where, how you would cut it. And so this would make a really nice pocket in the front of the journal that you can add additional things to it. So that's two journal covers right there. I can also cut out the rest of this into pieces and use some of this as appliques. There's also some buttons on here. It looks like this one doesn't have any cover on it. These ones have the same fabric covering it. I guess this is the same too, but they just chose the plain burgundy. So there's 4 buttons on here that can be reused. And so there's lots of additional material here. I may even be able to get a third journal out of this piece right here. And then not have any waste at all. There's also a little pocket up at the top. So, depending on how I play around with this, I could even get as many as 4 journals and then try to keep that little pocket. Maybe a traveler's notebook out of this section, and then just put the 2 pieces together. The inside has a burgundy lining. This is handmade. So I will be able to rescue the lining. It's a very heavy, not too, some of them are so slippery. This has got a little bit of substance to it, so it must be a good, it's not handmade. It's got a tag in here. It looks very handmade. Well, either way, it must be, it's a good quality of lining that was put on the inside. It's very thick and not that super slippery stuff. So I will definitely use this for a variety of embellishments and small projects very easily. I don't think I would use it as a lining because I tend to use bed sheets and cotton for linings on anything, but I would certainly use this for other things. So yeah, for 99 cents, the possibilities there are pretty good. And I don't know if anybody is interested in purchasing book covers. Do let me know in the comments below, and I will certainly consider selling them, because I do have lots of fabric. I would like to see things gone when I've taken it apart. So, I would easily make another book cover, maybe a soft journal cover for a 1 signature journal, that type of thing, or maybe make it wide enough to put 2 signatures at best, depending on what materials I have left over. But if anybody is interested in journal covers pre-made, let me know. And then back at my little thrift shop, I was able to find these 2 little placemats. They were $2, a little bit more than what I would spend for a placemat, but and they're missing some beads. There is some bead work around the little applique part of it, but they are missing a few beads, so I would have to go back and stitch something in because it's very apparent that they're missing. But I like the idea that I could cut these into individual appliques, maybe have one where I use the circle with the piece, sort of that kind of look. or I could use them as corners on a book cover, just something a little bit more decorative. So I'm not sure, but I really liked them. So they're going into my applique box, and I have 2 of them. And again, this one is missing all the beads in the little flower sections and in this section here. So this is something that I might sit down one day and just do a little bit of beadwork to fill it in and fix it up a little bit. And I may choose to use other colors to create different looks, and knowing that I'm going to cut it up into pieces anyway. So that's my possibilities there. And like I said, I paid $2 for this. Normally I wouldn't spend that much, but I just found it very interesting, and I can see the potential to have at least 8 pieces out of here. And then this was it's a manuscript is what they're calling it, a piano instruction. And it was all, it's music sheets that they started to handwrite. I guess somebody was learning their notes. And so some of the pages have stuff on them, and in different colors. So that's kind of fun too, to have this all handmade in the book. And then there are a few blanks, which is nice. That's always great to put into journals. So I will probably cut out a few of these and fold them up for journals. And then they had all these photocopied pages of the same thing. So they must have, this is handwritten, so they must have started and did that and then photocopied it, because there's quite a few sheets here. So these will definitely get cut out or folded up to put in my journal box, signature box. And for those of you that are just visiting my channel for the first time, whenever I get new papers in, I automatically take 10 sheets and fold them up into signatures so that they are ready to go. So whether it's an 8.5 by 11 sheet that I fold in half, but this seems like it's a lot bigger. No, it is 11. Okay. Huh. And it is 8.5. It just seems bigger. But yeah, I would fold them in half and just have them ready. I have several boxes, and one day I'm going to get around to showing you my whole setup here. But I would put it folded like this. I would do 10 of them. It's not to say that some of them I wouldn't fold the other way and make some pockets or fold them on the outside, but I fold up 10 sheets, and it's just a reminder that I have them there, and I use them as I make signatures. Because that's the next step. Is first I have my 2 boxes of all folded papers, a variety of different kinds, whether it's ledger paper, coffee dyed, tea dyed, printables. So they're all in stacks of at least 10. And then when I start to where I've used up and I'm down to the last 1 or 2, then I go and look for this kind of paper, whatever it is that I'm missing, and I refold. So once they're all in that box, I will take a bunch of them and I will start making signatures of, 10 to 15 pages. And it's not to say that they won't get more added to them depending on the theme I'm doing for a signature, or some taken away, and then they'll get put back in the regular boxes again. But it's just a way for me to have easy access to signatures, so I can slip 2 or 3 into a journal and be ready to go. And most of these pages I consider standard pages that I use all the time, things like wallpaper and atlas pages and music sheets. So these are always ready to go in my studio. And if ever I am short, I'll never imagine ever being short, but if I was short, I would just go to my stash or go on the hunt for another book that I'm missing. Just to give you an example, if I cut up an atlas, you usually get 50 to 75 folded pieces. And I probably have 4 or 5 atlases on the side so that I will never run out of atlas pages. So that just gives you an idea of how I do this. And right after this video is done, I will automatically fold these. And while I'm waiting for the video to be uploaded, all the stuff that I got goes in its rightful place so that I don't have this stuff kicking around all the time. Unless it's something I want to work with right away, then I would put it aside to work with right away. So this goes in that pile and will get done right away. Now, in my little thrift shop, they have a free section for magazines, and they don't often have anything that is interesting enough. I find that they mostly have catalogs and odd things, and I really only need one or two at a time of a catalog to use as a glue book. But this time they had this Oprah's Christmas magazine. I think it's from 2012 or something. I can't remember. I don't use these kind of things, but I know that Jennifer does. Jennifer Dirtle, if you ever follow her channel. And there's some fun, colorful things that I know she'll love. And I have a bag on the go, and I will drop it in her bag. And, you know, there are some fun pages, but this is something I know she would enjoy more than me. So, Jennifer, it's going into your bag. Whenever we get together, you've got an Oprah magazine, and a big fat one here. So yeah, these are the kinds of things that, you know, I may not use it myself, but if I know somebody who will use it, like Jennifer, I would pick these up for her and just put them aside for whenever I see her, because I know she loves anything colorful like this, and she does a lot of collage glue book journals based on color, based on themes, and there are a million different themes in here for her to use, so I'm sure she's salivating. And beautiful pictures, so lots to work with here. It's yours, Jennifer. Jennifer Dirtle has her own channel, so I'll link below, because I like to do a shout out every once in a while for my different buddies. So then we went to see my friend Louise, who owns the antique shop called Come by Chance. And I bought a book from her, but I left it upstairs, so I'll show it to you next week. But she always has odds and ends papers. Now, she knows that I cut this stuff up, and it makes her cringe. So even when she gets in like a ledger book and, you know, some kind of journaling information book or autograph book, she hesitates to let me know. Only more as a joke, I think. I just tell her, oh, I won't cut this one up, but she knows I'm cutting them up. And so we kind of have a joke about it, that I say, you know, oh, I won't cut that up, Louise, I'm not going to cut that up. But she started to put aside bits and pieces for me that she knows I'm going to cut up. Like she had a piece of music sheet, and she had, this is kind of torn, but there's a nice picture here. And some advertising. So she just gathered this stuff up for me because it's not in a condition that she can really sell it. And because she knows I cut everything up, she's happy to pass it on to me and let me use it. And I always buy something, so she just tucks these kinds of things in the bag, and I love it. I love it. So this is the Saturday Evening Post, and it is from... usually they have the date here somewhere. Oh yeah, October 1936, I think that says. I don't have the right glasses on. So, but it is older. And then, you know, there's little bits and pieces added into here. All kinds of stuff. So it's always a score to go there and find these. Look at this beautiful colored image here of these old cars. Wow. So some of this I will cut up and fold up and do all kinds of things with it. But yeah, just fun paper. And then she gave me this beautiful magazine. The cover is missing on it. This is from 1933. Look at the advertisements in here. I love taking these and backing them with some type of cardstock or a file folder and making them into little journal cards to tuck in my journals. Like, look at these images. Aren't they beautiful pictures? And these little cutouts can be fussy cut out. Just great pictures. Love this word here, sketch. I think it's sketch. I love this caption here. It says, that smart dunce's cap. She wore a woolen dunce's cap. She is the wife of Anthony Crossley, son of Sir Kenneth Crossley. Well, it was a dunce cap, but if anybody remembers what a dunce cap is. But anyway, there's some great photos in here. These could all be cut out and tucked in journals. Look at these little girls. Aren't they sweet? Thank you so much, Louise. I really love this. Her shop is called Come by Chance. It's just outside of Sussex on Highway number 10, headed to Fredericton. So Lori had a chance to visit her, and it's going to be a place where I take all of my friends when they come into town. Just some fun pictures. Isn't that the cutest? And lots of photographs. Oh, this is going to be great to use in journals. Look at, isn't she beautiful? Tweed and tartan. But just to give you an idea. And then at the back, there's always more of these advertisements, full-size pages. Look at these images. Oh my goodness. I could have just a day just playing with these. The silhouettes are gorgeous. Yeah, looks like I'm going to have some fun. So yeah, that was from Louise. And the book that I did get from her was it wasn't a ledger, it was kind of an invoice book. And I will show it to you next week when I do my next Thrifty Thursday, Thrifty Canucks. And then the only other things I want to show you, but I want to save the best for last because that's what I like to do, is when Lori came, she had bought and brought to me some rubber stamps or acrylic stamps, I guess. And she even printed them out onto this tag here so I can show you what they look like. I can figure out how to open it. Oh, here we go. And so this was a very special find. So that's one of the stamps there. And then this is the bigger one here. So I will get a ton of use on that. And I'm probably going to have it sitting on my desk somewhere here. So I do actually use it. And I don't know if any of you have them. I have one of those little stamping things from Stampin' Up! That you place your rubber stamp on and your paper. And then if it doesn't perfectly stamp, you can re-ink it and stamp it again. And I never think to use that thing. So I'm going to dig it out and play around with these so that I can have some nice crisp looking images and make use of it. So that's a reminder for me as well. Now this one has quite a few in the package. Again, if I can open it. Okay, it is stuck. Now, I don't know, maybe she bought these AliExpress. I really don't know. I'll have to ask her. But there are 4 stamps here, and they are florals with writing in them. Oh, they're so beautiful. So there's 2 with butterflies, and she's made me a little journal card. Isn't that cute? Thank you, Lori. Love it. So she's got some music sheet on here, and she's ink stamped it's 2 with butterflies and 2 with flowers. They are gorgeous, and I love this little journal card. Thank you so much, Lori. This is awesome, and I'm for sure going to enjoy using these and think of you every time I do use them. So then there was that, and then when we were out camping, because we did have a chance to go camping for a couple of days in St. Martin, and St. Martin's, and we went to town, walking through town, and went and stopped somewhere to have lunch. And on our way, there was one of those, they're very popular in Canada. I don't know if you have them down in the States, but it's a little library. And what it is it's just a little windowed box that stands on a stand, or sits on a shelf or something, and they're put all over the place in different towns and cities, where you can take a book and leave a book, or you can leave 5 books and take 1, or you can take a book and leave nothing. And we will go back to St. Martin's. We go at least 3 or 4 times a year, my husband and I. So when I go back, I will be sure to take a book. But Lori found this one for me while I was talking to a lady. She found this for me, and I'm so excited to be able to use this. It's called the Victorian Cat Family. It's paper dolls, and nothing is missing. There is a little bit of writing, but I think I can get around that. So here are the 4 dolls. The writing wouldn't really affect this at all, because I would just be cutting them out anyway. But wait till you see all the paper cutout clothing. Oh my goodness. look at this. It's all Victorian outfits for the 4 cats, the husband and wife, and then the 2 cat babies. And there's just so many. I don't know how exactly I can use all of this, but I thought maybe some of them I would use by putting other bodies into them, because there's just so many. And then I would definitely keep the cat ones. I'll pick some favorite ones for the cats and put that into a journal. This actually almost looks like my little Lulu. And so yeah, there's just so many in here, and I thought, what fun to be able to cut these out and all the little accessories that go with them and use them in a journal and create some fun imagery with it. Now, it is copyright, so of course I can't copy it, but I can certainly use it in a journal. And like I said, I would put my own images in with some of the clothing to create my own extra dolls. Or what I could do is take pictures of my own cats and try to get them, at least the head and the paws. Sorry, I'm going back to the beginning of the book here. At least get the head and the paws so that I can make it work that way. And in fact, I don't even need the paws. All I need is the cat's head, because these all have, well, this one has arms where you would need to have arms. But most of them I could probably use with my own cats or people. So there's always lots of fun. So when you get a paper doll set like this, you can create your own images to put in with it. And they will look equally as nice. You know, maybe you want to do paper dolls with your family's heads. So always keep that in mind if you see something like this. And like, look at these dresses. It's going to be hard to choose which one I want for the actual cat dolls. But then after that, it'll be so much fun to use these for different projects that I make. So thank you so much, Lori, for finding this for me. And I will be sure to the little library that she got this from. I will be sure to come back and bring you some other goodies, because there's no shortage of books. And I will enjoy this to the maximum and enjoy sharing the results with you when I get that far. So thank you, Lori. So that's it for my Thrifty Thursday, or Thrifty Canucks. Sorry, I don't say Thrifty Thursday anymore, but I forget sometimes. I do want to show you one thing, and I'll just grab it right now. In my last video, my Techniques Tuesday, I had made these little folded out tag booklets, journaling space inside. And you saw this one was in my samples that I had shown in my video. And then there was this one was the one I did online with you, and that's now finished completely. And I ended up going back and adding this little flower up here, and then I did put a tab up here and added a ticket on the back side of it to finish it off so that I can have a pull tab. I haven't decided yet how to close these, so that's coming up next. This was the other one that I had done as a sample for you guys to see. I'm calling it finished now, although every time I look at these, it's like, oh, I can add that, I can add that. And then the original one that I had made, I put in my Techniques journal. And then this was the last one that I made. And again, using those raised stickers that came in all kinds of packages. A lot of them came from K Company. So I use that. This page is a little bit plain, but I'm going to wait until I see what I use this for. On the inside, I put a little bit more stuff. And then on the back. So I made 4 plus the one sample that's in my book already, and so that's 5. And I think I'm done on these. I worked on this one yesterday when I had some off time, and It was a lot of work. It doesn't seem like it until you start working on them and thinking and playing and adding stuff in. It's a great way to use up scraps, but these are intense. So if you are planning to make these, start out slow, make a couple, and decide from there. Don't go into mass making them, because you'll feel like they just never go away. I don't know how many of these I would ever put in journals that are for sale. I mean, I will use these 4 up, or send these in some happy mail or something to someone. But I don't think it's something I will personally add into a journal. And I'm being honest, because it's too much work. And I have to, you know, I want my journals to be used, and this just seems like I could do so much more than taking the time to make these, although they turned out really beautiful. I do like them. So that's it for my video, and I forgot to do the random picker to pick my winners for August. And since this is the first video in September for Thrifty Canucks, I will have to go back and do them, and I'll do it after this one for sure. I've made a note, so it will get done definitely for the next one. So just have to stay tuned for my next video to see who the winners are for each week that I had I'm stockpiled. And I find that doing them all at once in one, you know, in a grouping of 4 or 6 works really good, because then I get everything mailed out at one time, or gifted out at one time, and I don't have to you know, keep going to the mailbox for this kind of little stuff. So that's working really good for me, and I'm going to try to keep it that way. So but I will get caught up. I'm sorry I missed today's. Anyway, that's it for this video. I am still picking berries every day, and like I said, I've become Amazon Kim. I'm cutting my way through berry briar bushes that are full of thorns. So if you see my arms, I've got all kinds of scratches and cuts and insect bites, and my legs are even worse. And so I'm continuing to do that every day. I don't even like blackberries. How's that? I don't even like them. I'm doing them for my husband because he loves them. And my goal is to have 100 bags in the freezer for him for the whole winter. So we'll see. We'll see how I make out. I'm at 25 now, but we'll see how far I get for him. So yeah, that's consuming my mornings. And then tomorrow I'm headed out to do thrifting. I was going to go yesterday and ran out of time and steam. And I will probably slip in a video this weekend sometime, but I really want to concentrate on some new digitals that are coming into the coffee shop very soon. And also I want to concentrate on some kits that I want to make, but I will I've got a little video I want to slip in on the weekend to show you. And of course, Techniques Tuesday. So that's it for today, but just keep an eye out for the other videos. The junk journal giveaway for my 3,000 subscribers, holy moly. I think I'm only like 45 away from 3,000. Can you believe it? So we are going to be well into 3,000 by the time we do the draw. And so I'm going to, you know, I'm going to pad that little extras in there when I say if we reach the next 100, then I'll add another prize, and so on and so on. So yeah, let's keep going and keep advertising, and at the end of the month I will make the draw, and if I can give away 4 giveaways and 4 additional ones for people who sent somebody, that would be great. And I'll just keep going like that for every 100 that we reach. So yes, please continue to help me campaign for this. It's coming along nicely, and I'm really excited to reach that goal. Something I did come up with, and I'm going to say it here, and I'll probably say it again, is I was saying to my husband that if I reached 3,000 subscribers, if I wanted to see every subscriber and I did one a day, and left my Sundays with my husband, it would take me 10 years to see all of you. If I did 2 in a day and knocked out the friends that I already see all the time, I could probably knock it down to 5 years. 5 years it would take me to see all of you. Just food for thought. Anyway, that's it. That's all for this video. I wish you all a very creative day and a creative weekend coming up, and I look forward to talking to all of you soon. Bye for now.